Welcome back to another episode of Gregtech Community Edition Modern. Last time we got ourselves... Where'd it go? Oh, we got ourselves the oil and drill rig set up. Those are pretty far away. I'm not going to go chase those down right now. Especially since we actually have so much in here now that we are entirely backed up. So that has been the case. Did end up having an issue where I didn't have enough ethanol, and I found out I was accidentally still using it to make ethylene when I don't need to anymore. So that's been taken care of, and our gas is nice and fully stocked. Now, for today, we're going to go ahead and jump right into an upgrade for this machine here. So we currently have this issue where we can only put four data sticks in here. We could upgrade this to the 9 data stick slot. However, instead of doing that, I've actually gone ahead and grabbed some stuff to make a block that makes it even more, what's the word for that? More efficient? More, like, it upgrades it far better than 9. Let's just say that. And that's going to be for us to make ourselves this mass data storage. And doesn't actually tell you too much on how to use this. It just lets you know that we have the data bank, which is capable of storing huge amounts of data. You can fill it with data access hatches and fill those with data storage items. After that, you'll need power and a way to connect it, which is optical fiber cables. And then we need a optical data hatch for the 2 different areas that we're going to be at. So we can go ahead and look up, where is our computer data bank? So it's just kind of this big old cube. I just want to check on the center though. The center is filled with the computer casings. Looks like the high power casing is on that same face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it. Now, I'm pretty sure they're basically saying as well that you can put in even more than we already would have. But we will go ahead and assemble it first. So we're going to actually assemble it right here next to where this chest is, basically. So break the chest to get it out of our way. And put our heat vents down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, and 3. Now, with the way I'm guessing, I'm going to end up having to put, what's it called? The, any other input. I'm going to want the reception hatch over on this side. And then we can put our other hatch on the other side. But then we do need ourselves the energy hatch, which I guess I broke that one a little bit too soon. We're going to go ahead and place that. Wait, no, we don't want it there. We don't want it there. We did want it where we were going to originally put it. That is not right either. What am I doing? So we can place our... this one there. We need our data bank. And then our 6 high power casings. 3, 4, 5, 6. And computer casings on the bottom. We do our... where'd it go? The IV energy hatch. I don't know if I need specifically IV. I just did it because that's what the wires we're currently using. It looks like... I do know if we go back in there really quick for a second, it does tell us that the chain outputs... oh, is that on the data bank? Ooh. Okay, so we could handle a chained output if we need to. with this setup. Do you need that there? Where did the... There they are. They're different colors, so I kind of... Transmission hatch, reception. So... Yeah, that's all right. Okay. Put in the center here. Then we'll go 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, just to start for that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and our transmission hatch there. Something tells me that's not functioning because I messed up something. What did I mess up? Computer casing. Oh. So our power input can be on this back side here, not the transmission coil. So let's go ahead and dig into there and get our thing there. We'll put a power casing and we'll put our power transmission hatch there. And now we need to remove... I guess we'll remove this one. Push it up one. Place our reception hatch. And then our computer casing back on the bottom down here. Then we can go to wire it up to power. Where did it go? Hello? I'm blind. Right there. Yep, there we go. Okay. And now we just wire it up. Cords, we don't quite have enough. Hello. Where did that come from? Oh, no. Oh, that's fine. It's going straight into a thing, so we can definitely use that still. That could have been bad. 1, 2, and snap that in. There we go. So now we should see that it has power. Okay, we don't have anything in there now. But what we can do is we can take all of these out and start stuffing them in to some different areas in here. Let's put those two in there as well. Fill that up. Fill these up into here as well. And then we can connect it up. So we're going to go ahead and remove this thing here. And we're going to add ourselves a data reception hatch that we will then pipe down over into our... So question is this a... Oh, okay, it is a cable. Now we can pipe it down into there. And I don't know if it's working. I guess... Oh. This is one way to test if that's doing anything. Kind of a way to test, but not certain. I actually was getting something going, and that's why I'm a little bit concerned that what's going on is not getting the Samaria ingot that we're supposed to. That's mildly annoying. Did it already craft a... Oh, it already crafted an emitter. This is where I'm starting to get confused on these things. Where did our thing go? Right over here. So did components get shifted over? No. Did something happen and it shut off and it's not turning back on? No. I know one thing we can do to try to solve this and see if it works is we can craft ourselves another Samaria ingot, which we just need to go over to our blast furnaces and toss one in. And that should allow this to go. Maybe. Okay, we're magnetizing it. Okay, clearly, I have no idea how to use this thing. Because that should work now, I think. Yeah, it's got everything in there. So why is it not doing what I thought it would be doing? Writing data. We have the rotor one in there. Alright, I will be right back while I try to figure this out. Alright, guys, I'm a little bit confused because it's working. There is no power to it. I switched it because I figured that was the problem. And I don't know if the data bank stores power. But I switched it to not have the reception hatch, which lowered the power drastically, which is probably what we're going to leave it as. Especially since unless we go to the point where we're going to have additional assembly lines, which will happen at some point, we only need the one, as each one of these hatches can only be connected to one output, which means we have an entire bank of blocks that we can replace with our data access hatches. So I could quite literally just take this and switch them around just like so. And I could fill this up. I could fill this top up. I could do even the bottom part there. I don't think I will because I can't access those. But it worked. And you'll see that I have one of these parallel control hatches. We'll go ahead and start another. I just wanted to make sure that the systems run perfectly fine. And so we're going to go ahead and actually stop this one from continuing and then switch out our parallel control hatch on this to allow for the 16 recipes. And then see how long that's going to end up taking. 10 seconds, so it only doubles the time. But we get 4 times the amount of stuff done with the parallel. Be right back, guys. Alright, I hope it didn't already finish, so that we can actually show that it's working. Did it not even start? There we go. Now we should go see a bunch of these different things you gotta get done. Yeah, and this is where I need a new one of those. That's gonna be the big one. So we can parallel these recipes like no tomorrow, and it would be way faster. Oh, it looks like it's crafting them up again. Let's go back and double check that right over here. So we've got... Okay, so now it's wanting power again. So let's go make sure we get the power attached. I do have a... Where'd it go? Actually, I can switch back to this old one. So let's go ahead and do that for now. No! Oh, brother. Can't believe I did that. That, IV connector. See, this is what I'm talking about. I literally just place an IV connector and it goes, hey, we can do our things. But it couldn't before. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea why it's doing this thing. But we can just drag this back to make sure it's got its power it needs. So that hopefully we don't have an issue of it not working again. But yeah, with only the one output, it only takes that small amount of power to be able to actually run, which is kind of nice. I just got to see that it works consistently now. Where is the thing I was doing? Okay. And it says it has everything else. We're just waiting on a few items for... We're waiting on for the... These. Wait, are we waiting? It says we're waiting for another one of those to be able to be crafted. What are we waiting on for that? Wire? Rods? I've actually forgotten what kind of stuff is needed. LUV. Oh, the HSS stuff there. That's what we're waiting on, right? Yeah. So we need more rings. But the biggest reason that this is going to be helpful is now I can actually set all of our LUV components to be able to be held in storage. I don't want to do too much, as I think overcrafting them is going to be a little bit of a pain, because we're not too far away from doing the ZPM stuff now. As so far, it looks like the last of the stuff that we have is our circuits, our plasma generator, once we get the fusion reactor working, as well as, I guess I just have to pull those out. We've already got that, but we've got the active transformer, which allows us to transform power at will to any power level. So you can have it intake IV, like we're doing, have it output LUV from one hatch, have another hatch on there that outputs HV, have another hatch that outputs LV. So you can kind of switch it around with that. But just want to make sure that my hatch is working. We've got tungsteel. I don't even remember what everything is needed for all of this stuff. I am pretty sure the reason we're doing the tungsteel here is because that goes into the HSS. Yeah, right there. Tungsteel is the first component of the HSS. Oh, no. HSS is the component of HSG. Okay, now that we're a little bit closer, we can actually go and get ready to start watching if it's working. That should make all 9 of them at once, right? So let's go back over there. Take a look at where we're at. If I can remember where we're at. Oh. Yeah, it does make all 9 of them at once. It's going to take another 30 seconds, though. Oh, it is working. That is exactly what we wanted to see happen. So, I still find that so weird that the power input thing is just wonky. But now it works. Now we've got it set up so that we can have... So far, we can have 27 recipes. We can double that to... So 27 would be a chest. We can then put a double chest worth. Plus 2 more. 3 chests plus 2 rows. That, I think that covers all of our assembler recipes. Assembly. Come on. Assembly line. Where is it at? Right there. Yeah, that's going to be way more than enough recipes for us. So I don't think I'll ever have to do the data chain stuff. But once I make another assembly line, because this is 27, that'd be 54. So just 2 lines will cover it. So I could literally put 6 different assembly lines in and just have one data hatch, providing the data to all those different machines. And I don't even think... No, that's not even true. I don't even think I need all of them, because there's quite a few recipes in here that do not require data. So there's like this one, the wireless ME controller does not need... Or connector doesn't need a data stick. So there's 1, 2... 3... Is that a 4? No. So there's 3. So we only have 49. So we would still need all of them, but that means that we could have 6 assembly lines and put data transmission hatches on all of them. So you don't need to spider web them out. And I don't think there's another use case for us to use data sticks for anything. You can just double check that really quick before doing anything else. Uses for that. Yeah, we just make data hatches with it. That's it. So... And that's for a... What is this? High performance computation. Yeah, I don't know if I actually use any of that kind of stuff. Because we don't get into making anything with it. We just have the active transformer. And... yeah, I have no idea. Probably has something to do with the research station, but... that now works with our data hatches, so that's super nice. Now I don't have to sit here and mess with this chest and grabbing out components. I can just get rid of that chest, and we're good. We can now make sure we can assemble everything that we want to. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you that take your time to watch my videos, especially since I've just been starting out here again after the 3-year break I had. 78 episodes, though. That feels like it's been a little bit. I've been enjoying much of this, and I appreciate the comments, the pointers, the insights that you all give. And that's why I always do say, please leave a comment, because I find some of the stuff you guys say genuinely interesting and helpful. Appreciate it very much. Please also leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!